y'all. Yeah, man. What's going on, man? Back again. This is the Type Shit Podcast. You already know who I am. You got 6. Right now, I need you to pick up your mobile device if you ain't already on. Dead serious. I need you to go to youtube.com/Type Shit Podcast, man. And show us love over there, man. At Cash App $6 cents XIXXSENSE if you would like to donate to the ministry. And we got a dope show for you again today. And you know, here we talk to people who either have creative, made a job for themselves, made a way for themselves, people from the music industry. And this guest today has done a little bit of all of those. Somebody I've been knowing for a while and wanted to introduce y'all to her. You might already know her, really. I'm gonna have you introduce yourself. Well, matter of fact, I gotta start off the show how we started off all the time, man. Since this is the Type Shit Podcast, we must do the theme song. You ready?
Okay.
Dress to impress type shit. Ignore the text from your ex type shit. Put it on now, you look fresh type shit. Hey, you look your best, you feel your best type shit. Okay. Come on. Got some bad kids type shit. Then next the shirt that you should whoop them in type shit. Hey, another day, another dollar. I know you say it, so just holler. Repeat after me.
Okay.
Type shit.
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 Type shit. Type shit.
Type
Type
shit.
shit. Type shit. Type shit.
Okay.
All right, so that's the theme song, man. You know it if you watch the show.
Okay.
Very important person with us today.
6 is the one with the vocals, not me.
Hey, man, I was only child,
Okay.
so I was with all my friends.
Okay.
I had to entertain myself.
No, I feel you.
Thank God for the blessings, man. But yeah, man, dope show today. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
I'm Siobhan from Cincinnati, Ohio. It's so much to say. I went to performing arts, 4th through 12th grade. Ended up going to Berklee College of Music after high school. Moved to LA, made opportunities for myself out in LA, and then ended up, you know, with the opportunity to be a background singer now going on what?
Hold up.
Okay.
We're going to get to that.
Okay.
It's a progression. We're going to progress to the story.
Right.
If you want to know who she's singing background for right now, and you don't already know, man, make sure you watch the end of this video, man. A real exclusive person with a crazy voice. Crazy voice. It's effortless.
Yeah.
She probably sing better than she talk.
What's crazy is she wakes up. We'll do Good Morning America, and sometimes when you're filming like TV shows like that, it's 3 a.m., 5 a.m. It's not at 8 o'clock. It's not, you know. And she wakes up with the sound, like she has the voice, like she don't even gotta warm up. She got the voice too, man. We're gonna get on that too, man. But I wanna start from the beginning and tell people where you from. So where are you from, Siobhan? I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Did you say your name?
I did.
Siobhan McNear, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you from Cincinnati, Ohio. What part?
I was born in Mount Auburn, but I grew up in Bond Hill.
So you from the hood, man.
I'm from Hillcrest Garden Apartments.
How dare they make a
the
song?
place that you can call home.
Did you sing that?
Hillcrest Garden. No! But I remember the theme song. There's no place like home this time of year. So why not make your home here?
Hillcrest Garden Apartments.
Hillcrest Garden Apartments.
Yeah, man.
Right
Is that still
behind
there?
Swift and Commons.
I got gentrified away.
Yeah, it's gone.
3CDC be out here making moves, man. They actually got a new chicken spot opening up.
Okay.
3CDC. You know what it's called?
No.
Gentrified. It's a chicken spot. Yeah, man.
Oh my goodness.
But you from Pine Hill.
I'm from Pine Hill.
You want to rep your set, your street?
My street, well, it's still there. I lived on 1825 Yorktown Road.
Jesus Christ, that address.
Off of Rhode Island, right behind Clifton Commons.
Mm-hmm. Can we turn on these lights in here? Please. I'll let this little break out. Yeah. All right, so you from Pine Hill.
Yeah.
And your thing is music.
Yes.
What age did you start singing?
You know, I just knew how, and not like skillfully. It's just, it was embedded in me. My mom told me that, you know, when she was pregnant with me, she used to listen to all kind of music, and my mom has records, like all those 45s, just tons of records, and so she played music all the time. Mm-hmm. So anything that was playing, I could sing it. But I didn't really dive into music for real until like my 8th grade year of high school. Okay,
but your mom is who really hips you to game. Like, hey, this what good music sounds like.
Oh yeah, my mom, she's worked at a mall my whole life. She's an ophthalmologist, and that's back when the record stores was in the malls. Mm-hmm. So my mom would be listening to 100.9 The Wiz, and she'll hear a song she liked, and she would literally go buy the single and bring it home, mm-hmm. and we'd listen to it over and over and over, or whatever CD was coming out, my mom would go get it, no matter what. Brandy album, Tony Braxton. I just remember whatever was on the radio, my mom would go cop it, and we would listen to the whole thing.
Just so y'all know, an ophthalmologist is somebody who work on eyes. It's not, some people was at home like, I like backwoods, but ophthalmology, that's all right too. I like ophthalmology.
Yes, my mom is basically like the nurse to the optometrist, because the optometrist is the doctor. Yeah. She's the one that, you know, gets you all ready. What's
the first song you fell in love with? Because I know my first song, when I was like 4, I used to sit on the toilet in Avondale on Glenwood and listen to It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right. It's like the Milms of the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, this is not really hot, but it's popular.
Yeah.
So what was your first song that you was like, this is my joint?
Well, my mom told me when I was like 1, I would always be like, I like. So the song that's out now by Guy, that everybody is like going crazy over now, it was huge in the 80s. But my dreams are now reality. Each and every time you are here with me, your touch. Yeah. You miss me with your hands. You know, I don't really know.
What's his name? Which Hall
Teddy
was
Riley.
that?
Teddy Riley, Aaron Hall, and Damian Hall.
That boy. Which one was the one that was out of control, man? He's humping stages around the world.
Who?
The one who R. Kelly made himself after. Was that Aaron or Damian? Oh.
I would say inspired by Aaron Hall, definitely. But then Aaron Hall is inspired by Charlie Wilson. Yeah. You know, so everybody can definitely like.
Yeah. We all somebody's son.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure, man.
Get me on a good day. I'm Missy Elliott. I'm Aaliyah.
Yeah. Hey, Missy was that person, man.
What?
She was that girl. Yeah, man.
Still is.
So what else you listening to? When did you really like? You said in high school is where you really got good with it. Mm-hmm. All right. So how are you putting music in your life? Are you nervous about it? Are you shy about it? Are you showing it off? Because you went to performing arts.
Yes.
So I'm guessing you're showing it off a little bit.
You know, believe it or not, I actually need to show it off more. Mm-hmm. I'm very modest. I'm very humble because I think it's important to stay grounded. Like I said, I came from Hillcrest Garden Apartments. So when I'm staying in nice hotels and I'm flying around the world, I never forget, you know, having roaches crawl across the wall. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, so, you know, I try to stay grounded. But
you can go back.
Yeah.
Life will put you back there.
Life will put you back if you think you
too big.
You too big, you know, and it's never beneficial to be that way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, performing arts. So right here we're on Main Street right now, and literally a block over on Sycamore. Mm-hmm. That's the school that I used to go to.
They gentrified that too.
Oh yes, it's lofts now. It's luxury apartments. But that
big
place,
studios.
1310, man, that was the place that allowed you to figure out who you were. And that's what a lot of kids needed back then. You know, you don't just know who you are. And so when you go to a school and it's like, well, can you sing? Can you dance? Can you paint? Can you da-da? Can you da-da? And I started off as a creative writing major. Like, they didn't choose me for singing, and I got in there and I was like, the sun will come out tomorrow. And they like, yeah, nah, you gonna write. And you know, that was tough because
as a kid,
that's all I knew how to do. But ended up kind of coasting in creative writing. And I'll never forget, I came back my 8th grade year and my teacher was like, so yeah, nah, don't get comfy. Go back down to the treasurer's office because you're not gonna be in creative writing. I'm like, I don't have another major. What you mean? And she was like, yeah, you gotta go. So I called my mama. I was like, Mom.
But why?
She specifically told me, like, you don't love this. This is not what you want to do. And I'm like, well, you can't kick me out. I can't go to no, other high school. So I go down to the office. I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, they told me they're gonna kick me out of school. She said, well, I'm at work. Figure it out. Click. So it's like
more rejection.
All right, Mom. So the guidance counselor was like, well, what can you do? I was like, I can sing a little bit. And he was like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. He was like, well, I can't put you in you're in junior high school. I don't know if you can sing that well yet, so I can't put you in the junior high choir, but I can put you in the kids choir.
Yeah.
So I was 13 in a choir with 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like,
my sister, right?
Oh, okay. Okay. This. Okay, cool. So it's embarrassing. You know, you got your fellow friends who 13, and you in the choir with the 9-year-olds. You know, shaking maracas and stuff. But if I can tell you one thing, flash forward to my senior year. I had already performed for Quincy Jones. I had already performed on Fountain Square with Clark Terry, who's this huge trumpet player. This point, I had been asked to sing the national anthem a few times on Fountain Square. I was a student teacher. I was in the highest choir.
So what flipped it from you not really knowing how to sing to like you became crazy at it? What happened?
Finding the lane of singing that I enjoy, because if you're skillful at one thing and everybody wants you to do that skillfully, it's just never gonna, it's never gonna be from the heart. And I just try to do stuff from the soul. So that is the Missy Elliott, that is the Sade, that is the Aaliyah, that is the Jill Scott, but then that's also the Ella Fitzgerald and the Sarah Vaughan. And at the school that I went to, it was a play every year, and I never got picked. Every single year, 4th through 12th grade. That's 8 years of rejection. But my 10th grade year, I was like, let me try jazz out a little bit. Ain't nobody here doing jazz. And that's really what took it off for me, is deciding to create my own lane. And I got into one of the high school jazz ensembles, and I was the only singer.
How do you deal with rejection like that at 13? Is it breaking you down, or are you so young, you kind of naive, like you're not really fazed by it? Like because rejection is grown adults who can't take rejection, and you taking massive rejection for 8 years at 13.
I'm the kind of person that the only thing that I can do is do my best. And if my best isn't enough for y'all, I'm at peace with the fact that I showed up.
Yeah.
I did what I could do, and if that wasn't enough, I'll just move on to the next thing. And that's really what it was for me. Teachers will offer opportunities, and it's like, well, no, you didn't get this, you didn't get that. And it's like, all right.
That's a dope mindset, though, because it keep you moving forward. A lot of times we get met with rejection, and we stagnate, or we stand still, and you might look up, and it's 10 years later, or we got things in life that stagnate us, bad relationships, or just mindset, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you chose to move forward. Where did you get that from?
My mom.
Your mom is a mover.
My mom is a beast. A beast when it comes to strength. When it comes to, I got to do what I got to do. My mom she was married, but she was kind of a single parent because my dad was in and out of jail, and so she like, I got 2 kids. I got, I'm gonna show up for y'all. So she always made it happen. And then when 2 kids turned into 5, she made it happen. And that's who that's everything. She's the root of everything, of music, of strength, of resilience. Yeah.
So we skipped over Quincy Jones like he wasn't Quincy Jones, man.
Oh, no, I thought we was going to come back to Quincy.
Nah, let's come back to that. Did he say, oh, shit, man? Shit, man. I mean, you sing good. Wow, man. I mean.
Well, he was actually in town that's when they had just built the Freedom Center.
Okay.
And so he had come in town.
I just thought of a joke. I'm always thinking of jokes.
He came in town to the Freedom Center. And for whatever reason, you know, our high school was just really connected, and they made sure that they connected with those who did the things that we wanted to do. They would bring them back to the school.
Yeah, it's like an agency.
Yeah. So Quincy came, and literally he was just sitting in the audience, and people from the school were performing for him. And the artistic director was like, "Hey, I need you. Would you mind singing a few tunes for him?" And I was at Fountain Square. And I'm like, yep, we're on our way. So we get there, and we do 2 jazz tunes, and he like gives me a standing ovation, and he just was like, you know, you got something special. Just don't ever forget what you got. It's yours. Yeah. And at the time, Ron, who is one of my good friends, but he's now
Avant.
Ron Avant. He's now T Nava, but the piano player for the Free Nationals and Anderson .Paak. So it was just crazy to see like that school. They breed good, you know.
And they place you places to let you grow.
Oh yeah, but a part of that comes from the rejection. That's where the strength comes from. That's where all right. You know, that school prepared you for it.
Yeah.
You don't get picked for a play, oh well, next, you know.
Yeah. That's hard. So, what was your most memorable memory in high school? Was Quincy the peak, or what was just something super memorable?
In high school?
Yeah.
I think one of my most memorable things was being able to gig like a 20-year-old, like a 30-year-old. Like, I'm only 17 and I'm getting out of school at 4. It's me, Ron, Dante, Bud, and we head to this bar that used to be on Broadway. And we would go there, we'd set up, and they had fried chicken for us, cook us some food. And our showtime was like 8 o'clock.
Yeah. And
we had, you know, customers. We had tip jar, had people coming in, and we played till like 10 o'clock, maybe sometimes 11.
Yeah. And
my mom would be like, all right, well, I'll see you later. And she'll let me stay out till like 2, 3, go to White Castles. You know, it was cool. It was cool to be trusted, to be able to be like, all right, you know, you gigging like a... Like, you know, like a professional.
You think that made you more responsible or less? Because I feel like the only people I really seen wild out in high school was people who was restricted.
You know, I have always had a sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
And that started early. I'm the oldest of 5. So I think my senior year, my mama was like, here, go be.
Make some mistakes.
Go be free. Because... You know, my whole life I've taken care of my brothers and sisters. So senior year was really like my year that I could just do me.
Yeah.
You know.
So you come out of high school. Had you already come out of high school when you went to LA and did the group? Mm-hmm. So you were still in high school when you was doing Purple Rain? No.
So I graduated in 2005 from performing arts. Mm-hmm. Went to Berkeley for a year. Mm-hmm. I had to withdraw because stuff is expensive up there.
Was that your biggest problem with Berkeley? Was the expense?
Yeah.
A lot of grinding too, though. But you already been grinding.
See, I have to admit, that's why I said 1310 is one of those breeding grounds. Like, they prepare you already. So if they do the whole thing. You audition for the play. They put the sheet up for the callbacks. Who made it? Who didn't make it? So you going over there with people looking for your name. Your name ain't there. Shit, I ain't make it. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that early on. I learned how to treat the people behind the scenes, the people who move the props around and the staging around.
Gaffers, lighting, carpenters.
All of that. You know, you treat them better than the CEO to me, because those are the people that are at your feet that are serving you. And so you serve them with kindness. You serve them with, I appreciate you. So Performing
gonna
arts,
do without
man.
them lights, man? What you gonna do without that sound? What you gonna do without them platforms being built? The spotlight guy.
Yep.
Any place you go where you having fun, there's somebody behind the scenes suffering.
You gotta think about that guy that's
pulling sandbags up.
You know, and you like that stuff's real, you know, and those people, they just be in the back chilling. Yeah. Black bands, all black on, just ready to go, ready to serve. And so, you know, that's another thing that I learned there, man. Serving. That's
what I do, man. I jump between like audio, video, and lighting. Mm-hmm. So I'm used to that, being in the background and making the show come together, man. It's a gratifying process, really. Yeah. Before we get into in the Purple Rain, I got a game. You know, we do games here, man.
Okay.
On Type Shit Podcast, which you should be following on YouTube, Type Shit Podcast. You should be following on Instagram, Type Shit Podcast. We play games, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you a few questions. This game is called In My Bag. Now, usually these questions are inside of a bag and you pick them out.
Okay.
Don't have a bag.
That's all right. We gonna.
So what I'm gonna have you do? Invisible bag. What I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you pick a number 1 through 11, and I'm gonna read you a question and you answer it.
Okay. All right. So first number.
Yeah, just go ahead.
11.
11. All right. This is an either or question.
Okay.
Donnell Jones, Where I Wanna Be, or Music Soul Child's I Just Wanna Sing.
Donnell Jones, Where I Wanna Be.
The album is ridiculous. I used to go to sleep to that album every night in high school.
Hold on.
I face, I see you getting down.
Hold on. What's the one? Shorty got her eyes on me.
That was my joy too.
Been talking
to girl, what you gonna do?
Donnell Jones all day. Just off of feeling alone. Some people may go off of skill, like, oh, Music Soul Child, and Music Soul Child is amazing. But Donnell Jones, it was refreshing when I heard it in '99, especially with the Left Eye.
Yeah.
Say what? Like you had never heard that.
The album was mixed to perfection.
Yeah.
It was just a whole bunch of well-crafted songs. You gotta go listen to that album again.
I would love to. Where I wanna be.
Man, hey, shout out to Donnell Jones.
Yep.
So all right, we're gonna do 2 more of these. Pick another number.
All right, 7.
Okay. This is a question I'm gonna give you an artist government name, you tell me their stage name.
Okay.
Christopher Bro.
Christopher Bro?
Yeah. Breaux. From California.
Okay.
You need more. Let me know if you need more clues.
I need more clues.
He was part of a big group in California where pretty much all of the groups they popping right now. He's in Odd Future.
Huh?
Odd Future is the crew he used to run with.
Oh.
You need another one?
I'm usually good at this.
His first album. How else can I? Okay, he finessed Jay-Z out in a deal. He was signed to Jay-Z, ended up having to not drop no music, and then got all the money still.
The Game? Wait a minute, no, wait a minute. The Game, no.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hold on, who?
1. Frank Ocean.
Aw, man. And Game, don't kill me. I know that's not your name. It's just the first thing I thought of in my mind was California. Okay, Frank Ocean. I would have never gotten that. Okay, let's do another one of those.
Let's do another one.
I'm pretty good with this. What
number you guessing?
Let's do 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hi. All right, this is a hip-hop question. Because you know I do hip-hop trivia, which you can catch on the Type Shit Podcast YouTube channel. Type Shit Hip-Hop Rap Quiz.
Okay.
Got one dropping this next week, matter of fact. Okay, so this is the question. The next question. Rapper Nas.
Yes.
Dropped out of school in what grade? 6th grade, 8th grade, 11th grade. Rapper Nazir Jones dropped out of school in what grade?
Oh my gosh.
6th, 8th, Or 11.
So I'm gonna tell you this: my multiple choice question skills, A, B, C, D, would tell me to choose 8th grade. But I'm gonna go with 11th grade. Was it 8th grade?
That's why you should always stick with
It was 8th grade. Oh.
grade, man.
To me, that was like, you know how you choose multiple choice and you choose C. 8th grade was C.
What made that jump out?
8th grade.
Yeah.
8th grade is tough. 8th grade is 13. 13 is where you like, shit, I gotta figure it out. Let me make some stuff happen for myself. Your school ain't working. I need to make money.
Yeah.
You know, 11th grade, you already there. So you like, fuck it, we might as well do 12th grade. 6th grade, I would have did that if it was James Brown, 6th grade, that would have made more sense.
And you could drop out in the 4th grade and still be straight.
Yeah.
James Brown era. Okay, so let's hop back into this conversation.
Nas, I love you too. Go ahead.
Let's talk about moving to LA. Let's talk about how you even got in touch with Dark Child and the whole Purple Rain group came into play.
Well, it kind of came down to, if I can be honest, it was a series of things. Like I told you, I went to Berkeley and I didn't have that, you know, all your college is paid for. You know, my mom's a single parent, so I ended up, you know, I had to withdraw, started working at a bank. And then I got to a point to where I'm like, went to hair school and I'm like, yo, like, I'm not singing, so I'm gigging, I'm singing in wedding bands, I'm singing in local bands, you know, just trying to keep the creativity going.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like, I gotta do something. Like this, you know, all these plan Bs is just not working.
Yeah.
And so at the time,
Because your theme is roll with the passion.
you have to choose the passion first.
Yeah.
Choose that first, because if you go with a plan B and it's like, well, I'm gonna just do this instead, that's how you're gonna move with it. Well, I'm adjust. That's gonna be the whole energy on it,
Yeah.
versus just, you know, going
Getting
for
what you
it.
want.
And so the beautiful story, rest in peace to my grandmother, but she was the one that took a chance on me. And mind you, this at the time, he's my husband now, but he was my ex-boyfriend at the time. And his grandmother worked at American Airlines. And she was like, where you want to go? I got you. So this one weekend I had decided, I got 3 opportunities. One of these got to work. And that's what I mean by going no matter what.
Yeah.
So I went to audition for this college in New York. They was like, yeah, you're good, but we ain't giving out full scholarships. So I'm like, okay, check off the list. Drove to Detroit to audition for Carl Thomas. And they ended up picking other people. They were like, you know, you were good, but just in case these people don't work, we'll call you. So I'm like, okay, another rejection. So this third opportunity was Purple Rain. But it literally was like, okay, there's this close friend of mine was like, it's this girl group audition in LA. I'm going to send your headshot. I'm going to fill this out for you, yada, yada, yada. I think you should do it. So I just hit my grandmother up like, hey, can you fly me out? She was like, yep.
Yeah.
I took a bag out there. My friend had his friend pick me up from the airport and just took me straight to the audition. So I'm at the audition with my suitcase.
Yeah. Dead serious.
What?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I got to the audition, and it was all kind of girls there. Dancers, singers, everybody was just all over the place. And here I am. I had on like some black tights. I had these colored boots. The boots were like green, red, orange, yellow, blue. And that was on purpose.
Extra attention.
You don't forget the shoes.
Yeah.
You don't forget the shoes. So.
Is that like an audition in secret?
No. I just knew at this moment I'm going for blood and this is all I got. The other two stuff, you know, the other 2 opportunities didn't work.
Okay.
So you have to stand out. That's just the truth of anything. Like, how you stand out, that's upon you. But I knew at that moment, I'm like, look, I got my suitcase here. I gotta get this. So we get there and he's like, yeah, I'm auditioning for a girl group. All right, we got Lorianne Gibson right here. And it was just crazy. I'm like, I done watched her on Making His Band, all of that stuff. And then he had LaShawn Daniels, who's like, rest in peace to him as well. One of the greatest, is the greatest vocal producer of all time. And yeah, so it was these panel of people. It was so cool. And they were like, all right, well, we're going to teach you a 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I can just dance because I'm black.
Yeah.
I'm going to the party. You feel me? Like,
Down the way. You should have did the down the way and busted their head wide open. That was the up and down special.
you already know. Like, I knew I had the down the way down.
Hey, man, if you went to Upper Bound and didn't know the down the way, man, you couldn't come back next summer, man.
Oh, goodness, good times.
Yeah.
That's a part of one of my best times, too, in high school is
Yeah.
Upper Bound.
We got to talk about that, too.
We will. But anyway, the audition happened. They asked for a 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm like, yo, y'all want me to remember all these dance moves? Like, I don't know how that's about to work. So I'm outside praying, like, Lord Jesus, what's about to happen? Well, they came back to us and they were like, no, what we're going to do is we're going to have you sing and just do a freestyle. I'm like, well, I can do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's about to look like, but I can do it. So I ended up singing this Chrisette Michele song, I Will Be Okay, because this was 2009.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's Carrie Hilson, Kanye, all this stuff on the radio. And so they said, okay, now freestyle. The boots. I had the boots on. So I just pulled out the moves that I had. I had Janet Jackson in my mind. I had, Janet Jackson in my mind. So I just went for the Janet Jackson moves. I don't remember what they were, but
It's just some Rhythm Nation type
just
shit.
there you go.
Type shit.
And so I got called back.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, well, now we're going to do 2 girl groups. We're going to do a pop girl group and an R&B girl group. So, all right, y'all pick a song and sing. And so everybody's like, I don't know what to do. I said, look, we about to sing John Legend, Get Lifted. Let's get lifted, 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 lifted. Just, you know what I mean? Like, even if that's not the harmonies, y'all, let's just do something so we can get this gig, And so Toya and Victoria Monet is now a huge artist, but during that time of the audition, LaToya Dugan, Victoria Monet, and myself ended up making Purple Rain. Mm-hmm. And that by far is one of the biggest life lessons ever.
How long did you have to wait to get that news? Is it days, weeks?
That we made it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I would say, I'm trying to remember back to the audition. I feel like we knew that day.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we knew that day. Because they told us to stay.
Mm-hmm. So you already knew something was up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We sang together and they were like, yep, y'all 3. And from there we stayed like an additional 2 weeks in LA.
Mm-hmm.
We cut in the studio with Rodney. Like,
Really?
and I'm 20.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in the studio with Rodney Jerkins. But what's
He
crazy,
worked on Full Moon.
he did Full Moon.
Michael Jackson.
Full Moon, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston,
Yeah.
Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera.
All the greats.
Beyonce, Destiny's Child. We can even go to one of my favorites, Never Say Never.
Uh-huh.
Brandy's sophomore album.
I thought you were talking about Justin Bieber.
Oh, no, not that one. But yeah, man.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Brandy or Beyonce? Vocally.
I don't think there's not a or. It's not a or.
Don't mess up on your relationship.
It just
I like
is. It just is.
that. I'm taking Brandy, man. Brandy is a monster, man. She getting worse.
Huh?
Better.
Huh?
Not Batman the bad, but Batman the good.
Oh, okay. I
Getting
feel
better.
you. So this is what I'll say. It's just 2 different things. It's almost like it's just 2 different lanes.
Mm-hmm.
You got Whitney and then you got Anita Baker. It's not no who. It's just they just are.
Yeah.
So like Brandy, if you need feeling, if you want to vibe, if you want accuracy, if you want
That
to
tone.
feel the tone,
Yeah.
and then Beyonce, if you want conviction, if you want excellence, if you want intonation, accuracy, pitch, all of that, and then just I feel so convicted when I listen to Beyonce because what she is conveying, you are going to feel it.
Yeah.
Like Mary J.
Yeah.
Mary J. is... It's so hard to explain Mary J, man. She's the epitome of whatever you going through.
Yeah.
She's gonna sing you through it.
But do you like her happy songs?
Happy songs like which one?
Like Dancery.
Hateration, holleration.
No hateration or holleration over the Dr. Dre beat.
So let me say this.
Say it, man.
You have those different chemistries, right? You got Rodney Jerkins and Brandy. You got Timbaland and Aaliyah.
Yeah.
You got Uptown Records and Mary J. And then you got it to where things started to shift, but every artist has to shift with the time. I'm watching Beyonce do it. I'm watching Janet Jackson do it. Mary do it. And so I feel like Danceration, Holleration, Family Affair, that song specifically, she began to, how can I say, move with the times.
Yeah.
My personal favorite, Mary, Share My World. That's I Can Love You. That's
Hey man, that's
Love
one of the best.
Is All We Need. What's the other one? It's all because of you. I'm never sad and
Diddy had her production the best that fit her.
now that was Rodney though.
Really?
Of course Diddy was a part of that, but yeah, Share My World was Rodney.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I Can Love You, he did that.
Really?
Share my world, don't you leave.
Yeah.
That's Rodney. I'll be here.
That's
So
right.
baby, don't you ask.
So what's it like in the studio with him? Like what was the vibe with him?
Rodney is just one of those people where he does what he does and does it well. That it's, you don't even have to work hard to make it happen. I remember we were recording this song, and I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Okay, so we were he just went in and freestyled in the booth, and he ended the phrase was, I've been doing it since, and then our next lyric was literally, since you up in here popping bottles, you getting lit up. And that was just off of him freestyling, but he's so in tune with where the song is about to go, where music is about to go, that it was one of those hard, tough experiences being in the studio, because it pushed me. I wasn't good in the studio.
Right.
I could do really, like, you got to think about the people who can go in the studio and just cut for hours. And cut songs. Yeah. There's a difference from
in
singing live, like, hey, come on, put your hands together, or a live performance versus studio, two different worlds. Live performances, I can do that with my eyes closed. I can get a crowd going. I am fantastic when it comes to live performances. But studio,
yeah,
that's a whole nother beast.
But why?
My background is in jazz, and jazz is a lot of improv. So I'm really good at improving. Yeah. But when it comes to someone being like, okay, do this way 3 more times. The exact same way 3 more times. I feel like my mind starts to go into like...
Because you told me to do it. There's something about freedom that make things go off better. But when somebody puts you in a box, it's like, damn, man, you just made my mind kind of almost defeated myself.
Yeah. And so that was the hardest thing for me in the studio.
What was so hard about it? Like, was it just doing it over and over, keeping the tone? What was specifically hard? Fatigue? Not even fatigue.
It's just, I think I would get in there and just not be confident. And when you're in your own head, then it's a wrap. It ain't no pulling it back. You like,
yeah. You have a panic attack now.
You have a panic attack, or you start singing how you feel, and then now it's like, nope, scratch it. Yeah. So I've had verses taken from me. I've had choruses, because it's like,
Who took a verse from you that we know?
well, nobody like famous took a verse from me. This was when we were in the girl group and we were cutting albums. We're cutting songs. Songs are being, sent to us, and I would just be in my head. I would just be in there like, oh my God, oh my God. And I would be, a lot of it, I was holding my own self back. The other girls, they were so efficient. Like, they'd go in there and cut it in 10 minutes. But me, I'm taking so long because I want to be passionate. I want to convey it. But I'm in my mind, and I shine most live. Not that I can't do a studio record. It's just, studio is more challenging for me.
You still record now?
I'm trying to. I'm getting back at it.
You got a setup at the house?
I do.
See, man, that's when you're going to create something. You like, man, I ain't never hit that run with those on that scale.
Exactly.
I just went out the scale and came back. And
Exactly.
yeah, that freedom, I think it's way easier to just create while you're free. So when your demand is up, you can just easily be like, this is the product. Because something about a demand with and you don't have the product, it puts you in that space where it's like anxiety, and then it just get hard mentally. You should just make hella songs now. It don't even matter what they sound like.
I know, right?
Just whatever, because you sing so well that whatever you allow to fall out your body is gonna be good enough.
Yeah.
For the people who want you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing this thing now where, like, I'm just catching the Holy Ghost at the crib and letting it fall out. And then you can puzzle piece those. You might have a song that's 7 seconds, but the way you sound and probably how it's gonna sound coming straight off the heart, it's gonna be like, dang, I replay that 7-second song 40 million times.
Yep.
Just let it out. Because you already got it. You just gotta not think about how you got it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and I guess it's tough for me because it's this level of pressure that's like,
That's invisible though.
It's
not real.
Yeah.
It's not real.
It be feeling real.
It feel real.
It feels like.
The reason we use the dollar is because we came to a common consensus that we believe that it's got a value. It's just, man, it's about letting go and just believing so much that you don't even think to doubt.
Yeah.
So I think you should do that.
Yeah, we working on it. I'm working on some stuff.
Hey, man. So that was what was the ups and downs of Purple Rain? What happened with it?
The ups and downs of Purple Rain. A lot of it was image thing back then. They wanted you to look a certain way. And how I looked to them at the time wasn't up to par. So that just kept being a thing. Like my weight, to do this diet, do this cleanse, do this diet, do this, to where it led to an eating disorder for me out in LA. And that stuff is real. Like in LA, they want you to look a certain way. And those were the pressures that were on me. Plus, I'm out here in LA. I ain't got no family. And my family back home is dependent on me. My brothers and sisters are looking up to me, expecting me to make something happen. So I'm like, I'm going to stick it out here, whatever I got to do. And that led to me doing things that I'm like, you know what? Yeah, nah, I can't do that. It comes to a point of integrity. And I value integrity and respect over infamy.
Right.
So,
integrity is good.
Integrity is all you have.
It's all you have. It's all you got.
That's all you have. And
if you want to keep your integrity, stop creating memories you don't want to remember. you want to forget.
Yeah. I'll definitely say that. But the fall of Purple Rain, it was really no fall. It was just more of a, how you cut a cake or eat a pizza and you're just taking slices away to where the pizza's gone.
Yeah.
That's just what it was for me.
Are they telling you the weight issue in a mean way, or is it's like maybe that wasn't mean, but it was just so
No,
raw?
it's one of those things where it's like, these two can go right, but you have to go get on the treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
These two can go do this, but you have to go work out.
Mm-hmm.
And so it started to become this, I felt like a spectacle. You know, because every time anybody's coming in and out of the studio, I'm working out. I'm on the treadmill.
Yeah.
I'm doing P90X. I'm working out. That
hard workout.
That was my life. I would wake up, go to the gym, come home, go to the studio, work out at the studio, leave the studio, go home, wake up, go to the gym, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, that's why I kind of have this weird relationship now with working out. I don't want to do that shit.
Nobody want to work out, man.
And I'm saying that in a sense because you got to think, like, that was just drilled in my mind. How I look. To the point to where I had to be 100 with my mama. I'm like, Mom, LA is cool, but I'm not cool with this. We got signed. We were on Universal Motown. It was a whole thing. But I got to a point to where I said, yeah, enough is enough.
So, did you perform a lot with them?
Oh, yes.
Performed a lot?
Yeah.
Greatest performance?
Oh, goodness. Greatest performance? I would have to say our greatest performances when we would perform for labels. Because we would practice every day, all day, every day, all day. So by the time this person from Geffen Records and this person from BMI and this person from here, we ready. Hit the track.
Yeah.
You know,
ready.
And we ready. That's
Yeah.
one thing we always were, was ready. Yeah.
That's what's up.
It was a great time.
Did you get any other opportunities out there in LA?
My greatest opportunity was being in the girl group. And I say that because Rodney told us to move out to LA. He said, just move here. And we got there and we had to figure it out.
So how are you paying for this?
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, at that time, my grandmother flew me back out to LA. I ended up staying with a colleague from Berkeley.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
But it was just on y'all, like, hey.
it was just
come
on
out
us. Yep.
here. Did you want to say like,
Yeah, but you know, what do you say when you got this great producer that you've always wanted to work with? And this wasn't my first time meeting Rodney. I met Rodney in college. I performed for Rodney because we did a tribute show. Major, who is a huge artist now, one of my very, very good friends, he sings, "This is why I love you."
he got a song with R. Kelly too, right?
With R. Kelly?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Center of the stage? He wasn't on center of the stage? R. Kelly?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, that's out good. But anyway, he was the president over the Black Student Union. He got Rodney to come, and basically all the kids performed for him, like all of the students. And so, flash forward to LA, he's like, yep, y'all want the opportunity, move out there. So I ended up moving in with my friend from Berkeley. And the other girls had friends as well until one of the group members, she was like, we all need to stay together. So we all moved in with the producers.
Oh, y'all did it like
The Real
what's the name
World.
from Jodeci. Joe, he was the first person to have everybody in the crib, Timbaland and Missy and everybody, Genuine.
So you
Devontae
got Mikey, who's the engineer.
Gotta have him.
You got Tommy Brown with Champagne Therapy Music.
I ain't hip.
He's done like Ariana Grande, Gorilla Zoe, tons of artists. And then you got D-Mile, who is on fire right now. That's with Silk Sonic, that's with Lucky Day, with her, you can keep going. D-Mile is just, he's an anomaly. But then you got Victoria, you got Tommy Brown, you got Tommy Parker, you got all of these. It's Osinachi. You got 8 of us in a house. Grinding.
Yeah.
Grinding. If it wasn't for the producers and the engineer Mikey letting us come in their home and really allowing us to grind it out with them, I wouldn't be where I am.
Shout out to all of them.
Shout out to all of y'all.
Hey, man, just move back in again, man. Let's do it.
So yeah. But the other opportunity, like once I decided to leave the group for my own personal reasons, it was a tough time. I was homeless. I lived in my car. And, with my advance, I bought a stick shift. I bought a Honda. I ain't even go crazy. I bought me a 2000 Honda Accord V6 Coupe stick shift. And when I moved out from the group, I was living in my car for a little bit, staying with people, doing gigs for $20.
Where do you sleep in LA in a car? Where is it safe?
A lot of the times you kind of just blend in. So, park on a residential street with all the other cars.
Yeah. Or you see way back.
I would sleep in the back seat.
You got comfortable.
What? I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep.
I'm thinking you in the front seat, like, just in case.
Oh, no.
Like, nah, man, I'm going to sleep, bro.
Locks. Crack the window a little bit. All I need is a little bit of air. I got a pillow and a comforter back here.
Yeah.
We're going to get comfy.
Need a comforter, right?
In LA? No, I get cold at night. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I brush my teeth in the car. Had my whole setup in the trunk.
That's different.
What you going to do?
How are you keeping your mind straight enough to work doing that? And why are you not reaching out to people around you for more help?
Because at this time, I left the group. So that was my personal choice. If I'm leaving something, I can't sit here and say, hey, but I need help. You know what I mean? And how I decided to move was I got to figure it out for me. I can't expect handouts. I can't look for people to take care of me. And yeah.
Who did you tell you was leaving? Did you tell Rodney?
I told the girls.
Told the girls? Mm-hmm. Okay. Were they upset?
Yeah, they were upset, but I think that it was important for my own peace. I've watched a lot of situations end kind of crazy because you go through because you feel like you have to stay, and I'm not that kind of person. I don't stick around, when there's bad food at the table. I'll go to another restaurant.
That's what's up. That's another life lesson, man. When it's time to leave, don't stay.
Yep.
And having enough discernment to know it.
Oh, you gotta know. You gotta know.
Yeah.
You gotta know.
You ever get banged on in Cali?
What you mean? Oh, like
somebody, hey, cuz, you can't be around her cuz on the homies, dead homies.
Well, you know what? The way that it's portrayed on TV, those parts are so beautiful because it's so rich with black.
Yeah.
That it's really love. It ain't really that.
Yeah.
But also, I wasn't in those places a lot. A lot of that is Crenshaw and not even Inglewood, but a lot of that stuff is not where a lot of the creatives are, in a sense of when you first move to LA, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go stay in Hollywood or stay in North Hollywood, But to really get to those parts that matter, you gotta go down in there, and I didn't live over in there, so I didn't really see a lot of it.
I went to Cali, man. I was like, how could you want to shoot somebody with the sun shining like this? Why would you want to shoot anybody, man? Let's have a picnic on the beach, man.
It's beautiful.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice. Super nice. All right, we're going to get into some more questions.
Okay.
Some more game questions before we get into who you singing and working with.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so pick another number in between 1 and 11.
Let's go with 3.
3. All right. You can only do 1. You only got time to do 1 before you leave the house. Wash your ass, wash your pits, or brush your teeth. Which one you doing?
Oh my goodness.
You only got time for one.
I'm gonna make time for all three.
You only got time for one. You got an audition. You woke up late.
I woke up late. So what I'm gonna do is, you said, what's the three?
Wash your pits, wash your ass, or brush your teeth.
So I'm gonna get in the shower and brush my teeth in the shower. My pits is done in the shower.
You trying to figure
and
it out. You don't have time for all that.
Listen, I do. I'm trying to tell you. What I got, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, toothpaste, click the shower on, handle myself, whoop, 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 whoop. We out, because the teeth got to be brushed. Yeah. The body got to be bathed.
Yeah.
So they're both happening.
Hey, man.
You just can't show up stinking. In no way.
All right, pick another number.
Let's go with 8.
8. Ashanti or Maya? One gotta die.
So brutal.
It is.
For me, in my personal opinion, I'm gonna go with Maya.
Yeah.
Maya is very overlooked, very underrated, and she's amazing. She's amazing.
And
Vocals, dance, huh?
And she don't get old. She like Pharrell.
Oh, she's vegan too.
Yeah, man.
So and you know what? It ain't even a singing thing. If it's on lifestyle and longevity,
yeah.
Maya.
Just that amount of discipline to keep yourself in shape and looking that good for that long is a thing.
Yeah. Like she's in her 40s, late 40s, mid 40s right now, and looks like she did when she came out.
I bet her farts smell like fresh baked brownies.
Well, I don't know about all of that. I know that we all stink, so in some kind of way. You don't think
she's too light skinned to stink?
What? Oh, please.
She farts. She's like, oh, that's not the best of me. One more number.
You crazy.
I wonder what a Maya farts really smell like.
Oh my goodness.
Like, do she ever be like, I almost passed out a little bit for myself.
Hold on. I don't.
I might have to go clean my jersey dress.
No, I do believe, this is what I will say, clean eating leads to clean everything.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't smell like anything.
It's probably not unpleasant. It's probably just like,
But why are you thinking about what her fart would smell like?
Because she looks so pristine that you were like, man, ain't no way something funky could come out of that.
Oh my goodness.
Who was the mustiest celeb you ever met? Where you was like, oh my God, you're such an amazing artist.
I've never met a musty celebrity.
Really?
Yeah, everybody smells good.
But you working a lot. Sometimes you might be on the road. How do you, like bus life? You was on a bus? Y'all traveling around on a bus with planes?
No, planes. Here's the difference. See, I will say on the end of touring that I've been on, which I'm so grateful for, but also I would have loved to experience bus life. But I don't know bus life. Ours has been, in the hotels, traveling to the venue, perform, go back to the hotel, fly home. And I went from sleeping in my car to sleeping in 5-star hotels.
Hey man, you better tell them, man. You need to look in the camera and say that.
But that's for real. That's where resilience and grinding will get you. I went from sleeping in my back seat to sleeping in the Ritz-Carlton.
Maybach seats. Ooh. Sound like a Khaled album.
What?
Maybach seat. Back seats to Maybach seats.
Yeah. I'll never forget that journey.
Man, one more number from between 1 and 11.
Let's do 4.
4, okay. Who's thicker? DJ Khaled or Rick Ross? If you've seen him in a pair of leggings, who you think would be thicker? Imagine that. Close your eyes for a second. Just imagine Rick Ross and DJ Khaled in leggings. And they keep pulling them up.
Oh, I can't keep these damn leggings up. They keep falling down, showing my crack, my chitlin protectors, the boss.
You know what?
The boss's ass keep falling out of his these boss leggings. Believe that? Oh, believe that?
I'd have to say, thick. You know, I don't think, this is so weird what I'm about to say, but when I think thick, I think, you know, thick legs, thick thighs. And
So you're saying DJ Khaled?
no, I'm saying no, I don't feel like a lot of men are thick on the bottom. It's usually the midsection.
Well, who's thicker? Answer this ridiculous ass question.
Why? You know what? You know who is?
Who you think you'd be more turned on by if you seen him in leggings? Rick Ross or DJ Khaled from the back? You just seen him walking down the street. You like, hey man, who is that nigga?
More turned on by?
Yeah.
I don't get turned on by men in leggings.
Okay. All right. I see you trying to be funny, but not answering the question. That's fine. We can just get back into the interview then.
I'm thinking, because I seen a picture the other day of DJ Khaled, and then I seen a picture of Rick Ross. Rick Ross is slimming down. Why I gotta be leggings?
See, man. Because it's ridiculous. It's gotta be, man. It gotta be.
I don't know. We'll have to come back to that question.
I think I'd be pretty hot if I put on some leggings.
If you put some leggings.
If I put on some leggings and go to the club, somebody gonna holler at me. Definitely.
They gonna say we don't need no hateration or holleration in this dancery.
Yep. Yep. I'm gonna drop it to the floor and bring it back slow. All right.
My goodness.
So let's talk about who you work with and for right now. Let's get into that.
Okay.
Go ahead, drop the name on. I want you to stun on them.
Oh.
Who do you currently sing background for? Been singing background how many years?
It'll be 13 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's a long time.
I know.
Yeah.
I sing behind the Emmy Award winning, the Grammy Award winning, the Oscar and Tony Award winning Jennifer Hudson.
She EGOT?
She at EGOT.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy. She came out and did all of that pretty quick too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She's been grinding for a while though.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it's so crazy because right before I got the opportunity to sing for her, audition for her, I had seen her in Ralph's in LA.
Really?
Ralph's is like Kroger.
Yeah. You seen Jennifer Hudson and Ralph's.
Oh, and on a magazine. So mind you, remember when I was telling you about the whole weight issue and weight being a huge thing? Well, she was on the cover of the Weight Watchers magazine. And
I forgot that she was even bigger at one time.
She had just lost like 80 pounds, and I was just so inspired. I'm like, you know what, I got this, I could do this. And I never anticipated singing behind her, you know, but it was definitely a full circle moment.
So how did you get the opportunity?
Well, my good friend who I came to stay with, when I started the girl group, she was just so well plugged and so well known, and she was just always working. And she was another one of my like accountability people who she's resilient. She gonna make it happen no matter what. And she just let me know like, hey, they're having auditions, you know, if you want to go. I'm like, and I was real down because I'm like, shit, I've been doing everything. I had auditioned for a few people already and didn't get it. So back to the whole rejection thing, you know. But I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go. And I went and I got there and they had already had 3 singers. So I ended up having to sing off to the side, not even in front of a mic. So I'm like, how are they gonna hear me? I'm gonna have to give some bomb stage presence. And so she came in and sat right next to me. I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to go for blood. Go for blood, you know? And I just remember getting the call. I'm like, y'all sure? I got it?
You asked them if they were sure.
Well, I asked them because I thought they had already had the singers.
Hey man, you called me. Hey.
And so they were like, yeah. And that was March of 2011.
And then after that, you get accepted into as a background singer. How quick is life moving after that?
Life is it's moving because at this point I'm still homeless. Even though, you know what I'm saying, I still ain't got my own place. So now I go from sleeping in my car or sleeping on, friends' couches to now I got a bed to sleep in because now we just gone and we gone all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm in Barbados for a week, Tokyo for 2 weeks, Australia for a week, London for a week. So I got a bed to sleep in. You feel me? And what's crazy is that was one of the greatest lessons was betting on yourself, sticking it out. Everybody's story is different, but ain't nothing like sleeping in your car and then sleeping in a nice bed. And that's kind of just been my thing, like just staying grounded and knowing how to serve.
So, what did you sing at the audition?
A Spotlight. They made us,
You had to sing her song. How intimidating is that?
It's not intimidating. We had to learn the background parts.
Okay, just the backgrounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do your parts and
Just ooh-oohs?
not the oohs. Well, I don't like living under your spotlight. And being able to blend and being able to be the backgrounds. And I think that's where a lot of people have problems, wanting to be in the front and they don't know how to serve, But in order to be a leader, you got to know how to follow in some way.
Hey, it's not necessary to always be the person in front. The person in front is like, man, I just want to walk through the mall, man, and not nobody know who I am.
Yeah.
We was talking about that when I seen you like a week and a half ago, just about like how good of a position it is to be involved but not be the main person.
Oh, it's almost like being. What's a good way to put this?
It's like having a superpower that nobody know you got.
It's like being invisible, but being visible. Because I'll be out here at home and I'll get the, hey, Siobhan, just randomly. And then sometimes people don't know who I am, and I like that. Yeah. Just being at peace.
And if you want to feel that feeling, man, you can go to www.sixcentsmedia.com and get the Obviously Invisible sweaters. I actually got a sweater I made a while ago called, it's just say Obviously Invisible. And
Really?
it's that type of feeling where it's like, I feel like it embodies just what you just described.
Yeah. It's one of those, they made a documentary called 20 Feet from Stardom. And it's specifically about background singers, and how the things that we go through and, how we're treated behind the scenes and what we do behind the scenes. Like I was pregnant. I've had 2 children while singing backup.
How long is it like, how long do it take you to remember a song, like your parts?
Honestly, not too long. I enjoy practicing before rehearsal, and that's the most important thing. I remember seeing this quote that said, you don't win your trophies at the competition, you just pick them up. You win your trophies in practice.
Yeah.
Because if you show up and you're just never prepared for nothing, or I'm showing up to rehearsal and it's like, you can't show up to rehearsal.
Without doing homework.
You got to, so I spend my own time, and I have to give credit to George Huff. He's the guy that's been on tour with me. Like, we've been on this thing together for 13
From
years.
Huff?
Huh?
From Gambling Huff?
From American Idol.
Okay. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
George Huff was on American Idol with Jennifer in 2003.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I think I can see his face.
And he's just out this world talented, out this world supportive. And so I've been like with him for so long that he's taught me retention and taught me, just how to stay on it. And we have this rhythm now that when we're learning stuff, we get it done.
And who else you sing background? Is he singing background too with her?
He's her MD right now, her musical director.
Really?
So he's over BGVs, he's over the music, he's over all of that. And I also sing with Peaches, who is freaking amazing. She's did Sunday Service with Kanye West, Tyrese, Tori Kelly, Lucky Day, and then Davon. He's the other singer as well. Now Davon was on The Voice with Jennifer, and he's amazing as well. So just singing with a really good family of individuals, we make it work and we get the job done.
You talk a little bit about how y'all treat it behind the scenes. What's kind of some of the pros and the cons of being background?
I'll definitely say the pros of being a background singer is even though you're not in the front, you still get that rush when you walk on stage and you see 30,000 people in the crowd. You know, it's cool to know. Like, even though I'm not in the front, I'm still doing what I love. Mm-hmm. I think another pro is definitely the hotel living and the flying and the
craft service.
Everything about, traveling and knowing that you're going to do something that you love. That's a pro. I think a con can sometimes be rehearsals. Rehearsals can be out. It could be like, I've had 10-hour rehearsals before. Mm-hmm. I've had 10-hour rehearsals back to back, so much to the point to where when it was actually time to sing for the show, I didn't have a voice.
Mm. So what do you do about that?
Well, do you really want to know?
Yes. Tape a video, a recorder right here, and just let it play.
Well,
hold the mic right there.
Well, what I will tell you is, you try to drink all the tea in the world. Drink tea, throat coat, everything, and that stuff will bring you back. Mm. But what I really had to do was I had to go to a doctor, a voice doctor, and I had to get a shot.
Really?
Yeah, you know how they give shots to athletes? Like, if you injured and you got to bring yourself back, like you go to the back
like
to get a shot.
Like pressing triangle on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Revive.
Yeah. So
where's the shot?
In my butt.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, no. How does this work? How does a shot in your ass keep you from going hoarse?
Well, it's not nothing that keeps me from going hoarse. It's more so one of those things that it's a steroid shot.
Yeah. Keep down inflammation.
Keep down the inflammation. So at that point, when my voice is like, I get that shot, and it brings all the inflammation down. I drink some tea. Now, I wasn't full voice. I wasn't back full voice, but I was able to make it through the show.
First time that happened, what kind of panic are you in?
Well, that was the first and the only time.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
And that was, like I said, I was in a 10-hour rehearsal singing full out for 3 days.
Yeah.
So by the time it's time to do the show, I went to Runyon Canyon that morning thinking, I'm like, here we go. And I'm like, I'm on my T-bars. Like, what's going on? Like,
it's 20 seconds of lonely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, lonely mug gazing out. I'm like, I ain't got no highs, and I'll never forget.
Panic.
Went to Beverly Hills, to the doctor's house, and yeah.
So who did you tell her? Did you tell, like, because it's something in between, or did you just already know the doctor?
No.
That's some real, like, celebrity, Hollywood type thing. Where, like, I went to the doctor's crib.
Well, listen, when you know people, it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know and how you know them in your relationship. And so I was just I was blessed enough to be put in a position to where people make calls, and we pulled up.
That's crazy. Gave you a shot in the ass in a nice house too, wasn't it?
Oh, in a bomb house. The house was crazy. It was in Beverly Hills. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. What's your relationship with Jennifer? Like, is it a personal relationship? You can just pull up on her if you wanted to. Like, I'm gonna be out your way. You mind if I stay at the crib?
Well, this is what I believe. I feel like in any situation you have business and you have personal, and you have to understand the two in order for either one of them to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that we have that great balance. That great balance of when it's time for us to perform, I got her back. Mm-hmm. I know all her lyrics, so if she look back, I got you. Mm-hmm. I'm going to serve however you need. And then on a personal tip, You know, she encourages me, I encourage her, we text back and forth, we can relate to one another and also lift up each other, which I think is cool. Like, you want to be able to have that relationship. So
Yeah, that's hard, man. She ever been here?
yeah.
She been inside of here?
No, not inside of here. She's been to Cincinnati.
Tell her to come through and get the full body wax,
I know.
man.
I know, right?
Come become a baby again. I was thinking about, I think I'm gonna get me one, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking about getting all the hair on my body finger waved. All of it. I have a very nice grade of booty hair. If the hair on my ass was the hair on my head, you would think I was Puerto Rican. It's very nice. It's luxurious.
Not finger wave.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. That hairstyle that Drake got right now, the slick back,
Oh, he got a slick back?
hey, it's very slick back.
Okay. All right. I got to
Go check it out. Go check it out. But yeah, man, I think I'm about to go ahead and commit to that, man. I want to just know more about being on the road with Jennifer Hudson. Were you there when everything happened with her family?
No.
What, right before?
I believe that happened in 08, and I didn't come until 2011.
Okay. Do y'all ever work out together?
Workout.
Because she kept her weight off for a long time.
And I mean, she's still doing it, but to be quite honest, it's a lifestyle.
It is.
Yeah, so.
She don't eat nothing delicious.
No, she eats everything delicious.
You think?
I know so.
Okay.
Yeah. And honestly, a lot of the times, I'm going to tell you now, I'm hoping to attain that kind of discipline, because that's what it is. It's discipline.
Yeah.
We have all these things that we want and look good and taste good, but they're not good for us. And when you see people in higher places, they treat their body well.
Self-preservation for longevity.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you don't feel like you have a future, you treat your present bad, just because the way you perceive how it's going right now.
Yep, I seen a quote today that said, your past may be dirty, but your future is spotless.
That's hard. It's hard not to eat delicious stuff though. What's your favorite thing to eat?
Oh, since the lifestyle change, or
Nah, before and after.
burgers.
Burgers was your thing? See, I'm a pizza dude, man.
Give me a good burger. Oh my goodness, I'll never forget going to Red Robin. And they had the Southern Charm Burger, where it's a patty.
It's about to be hard.
It's a patty grilled
Yeah.
in maple syrup
Come on, bro.
with some candy bacon on a ciabatta bun with like some mayonnaise, some arugula, grilled onions, blue cheese. It was just crazy. And burgers for me, that's like I don't know whether it's a memory, like nostalgic as a kid, you know, when my dad used to grill hamburgers or what. But I love me a good burger. Woo, mind blowing.
What's your thing now?
Well, my thing now is oyster mushrooms.
You like chicken them out?
Yeah, make them like chicken. So I fry them. My husband loves when we do oyster mushrooms, because I can make like an oyster mushroom sandwich. You could really, I fry them real good in some spelt flour, and then go to B-Dubs and get some B-Dub sauce.
Hey man, spicy garlic.
Spicy garlic, and toss them.
Jesus Christ. Hey, that spicy garlic is different.
Spicy garlic is, it's been spicy garlic for me since B-Dubs, since I could eat at B-Dubs.
Yeah, definitely.
Every time I go somewhere, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to B-Dubs. I'm like, what is B-Dubs?
Yeah.
BW3s? Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild B-Dubs, man. That's what we saying here. That's what we saying in Cincinnati.
That's right.
What how do you make money? Do you have other streams of income with music other than just going out on tour? Have you written songs, or you get like any songs that you get like royalties from? How do you make? Is it more than one way that you make music and money in music?
I have not quite gotten. I haven't familiarized myself just yet with songwriting. I kind of feel like I'm too deep.
Too deep. What you mean?
I mean, like, I love poetry, and poetry and songwriting are two different things.
What?
To me.
Songwriting is poetry with melody.
Okay, so you got to think. I think the person that has mastered it for me to just say songwriting is poetry is Jill Scott, because the content is still thorough. It's still uplifting, but it's still like raw.
Yeah.
But then you have those songs where the content isn't raw. It's content, but it's the content that, like, the lingo that's on the radio now, or the hit song that get 200 billion likes. You know, I don't know that process of creating a hit record like that. Or like How to Dream. He can just release them. Shawty, you a 10, bartender. Like, and that's T-Pain. But
I'm about to say, stop with the
T-Pain,
disrespect.
I'm saying T-Pain, The Dream, as far as like being able to shove them out and just get them out and being able to appeal to the sound at the time. But then one of my favorites.
I don't think all that go into that. I think it's a moment of creativity that so happened. It comes so, it's so heartfelt from you. One thing that comes from the heart is gonna find another heart that reciprocate that same vibe. It's more people who want to hear what you probably think is trash than you probably think.
I agree, which is why I don't have anything out right now, because I'm such a perfectionist. I'm so hard on myself.
Like, bruh,
I'm
your
so
platform
hard on
is so
myself.
huge that if you just released an EP, 4 songs, they don't even have to be full length. But like you said with Jill Scott, you could get on the mic, hello, 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 and say your poetry over top. That's all she did with that song. Woke up this morning, sun, clear skies. I'm telling you, it's just because people don't know what they want; they know what they had. Like, and I feel like if you just let go, when you get done with the product, if it's genuine, you're gonna win. Only time you really can lose with art is when it's not genuine or it's not telling a story. I feel if something that's coming from the heart is gonna hit because it's real. The truth is attractive. Whatever you feeling, you just ain't heard nothing like what you probably thinking you want to make, so you rejecting it. A lot of rejection come from inside first. There's a lot of people who walk around talking about people hating on them. It's you just hating on yourself so heavily that you feel like other people can see your lack of self-esteem or something like that. But you being in the position that you are, I think it's worth just putting something out there.
Trying, yeah. And I'm working on that. I'm working on it. I'm building my confidence back up.
Yeah. Don't worry about confidence. I don't think that's something really. A lot of things come out of. A lot of good art come out of the transparency of the lack of confidence.
That's good. Yeah.
And think about how many other people lack confidence. I think you will have more success touching people with a song that's transparent and vulnerable than a boisterous, I got all this, where people can't relate. Like, I don't have none of that, bro.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
I'm
a girl that's rough around the edges. And I say that because from where I come from, when we talk about Hillcrest, like, you know what I mean? Like, just grinding. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to be more vulnerable. You know, I'm a very private person, and that's just off of the stuff that I've been through. But I'm learning people heal when you share your story. People, when you're choosing to put it all out there, I feel like that's where the blessing comes. And
people need you to express because they got a 9 to 5 and they can't express.
Right.
So like, you know the struggles of certain things. It might not even be specifically your thing, but if you can come at it in a real way, it's gonna hit. And I think people just need that, man. They need transparency. Whatever you feeling shy or having anxiety about, it probably need to be out because it's gonna be more people. You get to see where your community is at.
Yeah.
And community build and problem solve. So I think you should. What was I with? Let's see. What's your favorite part of the process? You already said you really don't like the recording part, but what's your favorite part? Is it the stage? Is it the rehearsal? The travel? What's your favorite part?
Now, of artistry or of background singing?
Artistry, period.
I think my favorite part is listening to the song after it's done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And being like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you know? I think that's one of the best feelings, especially like being in a studio and you got people that like, you know, I love that idea of team, of family, of we did all of this to create it. And that's what really it was in Purple Rain. It was a family.
Yeah.
It was a family. Everybody we grinded with in that house, Mikey would be up till 6 a.m. sometimes not getting sleep, mixing our records. We got, you know, Tommy who's making the tracks. You got Tommy Parker who's vocal producing. You got Osinachi that's making the tracks. You got D-Mile. You got, and we just grinding it out together.
Do you feel like you don't have that same type of family vibe right now? You feel like you kind of just working at a job?
Nah, I feel like I have made it to another tribe. You know?
I think my what's the name just expired. Make sure, because you know they thirsty down here. But I just my meter. I'm gonna run out there.
Okay.
But I think you should definitely, man, release something. Imagine going to the people that you work with and be like, hey man, I'm kind of nervous about this, but this is what I've been working on. I feel like people will pour into you crazy.
Really?
Like the people you around, if they knew you had a project that you was working, or you just had the concept of wanting to work on something, I think somebody would lend a hand. I don't know exactly who you work with, but you work with a lot of creatives who could help you. That team type vibe.
Yeah.
And having a team build your confidence too.
Yeah.
And keep you accountable.
Yep. So.
Yeah. So we talking about other ways to create streams of income with music, and you was just talking about.
Yes. So other streams of income. A lot of it is licensing, and that's why when it gets into songwriting, it gets sticky, it gets deep, because that's really where, you know, the money is in writing.
Really is.
Yeah. So when Michael Jackson, you know, purchased all of that music,
that was already out there working in the world,
you know, he changed the game with that. So
yeah, it's like buying a company and getting that passive income. You know, the Beatles catalog. And the Beatles songs is all over these commercials and just out there putting in work.
Yep. So it's important to own your masters and own your music, but you can make money a lot of ways. A lot of ways with brands like Hennessy brand, or, you know what I mean, just a whole bunch of different avenues, from commercials to movies to...
You could be an ambassador, an influencer for so many people, where you could just have a gang of useful free stuff in here that people just send you, but you use it.
Okay.
You on a platform so crazy, like, man, I sing for Jennifer Hudson. You'd be like, oh, really?
Okay.
And man, take all this shit and just do a little small video about it, man. And that influencer is real. It's a lot of people getting a bag off just influencer, taking a product and saying, this is this product. Now go to this website and put in my code, and then you get a kickback from every sale. It's influencer marketing.
Wow.
You directing traffic to that brand. So give me a percentage of what you sell when you sell what I send people to you to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, you plugged in too. What's been your biggest overcoming moment? You faced with a problem, but you had a few of them. A lot of rejection early, sleeping in the car. What's been the biggest obstacle that you think you've overcome?
The biggest obstacle. The biggest obstacle I have ever overcome was having my child at home.
Really?
Unmedicated.
You had a doula?
I had a doula.
Erica.
Eric Badu wasn't my doula, but I had a doula.
Yeah.
I was in labor for 4 days.
Really? So what's that like, man? When you see your kid come out of you, are you slightly disgusted in this water with all this fluid in here?
No. It's one of those moments where it's like it's now or never. Giving birth, it isn't about pain, it's about endurance, and if you understand the difference, you'll be able to really map your way through it. That's all I could ever think about. Shoot. I mean, I was in the water and she didn't want to come in the water. So I had to get out. And I ended up laying on my couch. And I went through a lot. I had to walk up and down the steps during contractions. I had to sit the other way on the toilet during my contractions. I had
like
to do
AC
so much.
Slater.
Man.
Sitting on the toilet like Zach Morris out here.
But that was the biggest obstacle I've ever been faced with. So I know that I can do anything. The fact that I gave birth to my child with no interruption and I brought her in this world with no medication, that's the highest threshold of endurance I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah. Talk about that more to, the industry used to be where you really couldn't get pregnant or be in relationships or have a transparency in your life. There's somebody out there who just found out they was pregnant, may be in LA, got an audition, they're like, what am I about to do? Can you speak to that person, a younger version of you, that's just like, your life not over just because you faced with an obstacle, especially that specific obstacle?
Well, I was that girl. I would say 2018, I found out I was pregnant. And this was in the middle of me performing nonstop. But, I mean, what I'm going to do? I got to keep working. I want to keep working. I want to stay creative. And I kept it to myself. I was 7 months pregnant doing the Aretha tribute. And I just did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Wore clothes that were flattering. And I really just pushed through. But it's hard, especially when you're pregnant, throwing up. You can't, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. And my son, that was tough. That was very tough. And I think just carrying a boy is different. Because with my daughter, I had my voice. I had energy. I was glowing with my son. I was tired, lethargic. I was talking like this. My voice was like this. Oh, I lost my voice.
Really?
Oh, after I had my son, I didn't get my voice back for a year. Oh, yeah.
How scary was that?
Oh, it was terrifying. Because those high notes I was used to doing, they just were not coming out.
And what do you think that was? Because it's not like you was hoarse, right?
No, it's levels of testosterone that women don't have. You got to think when you're carrying a son.
You got to kind of build testosterone to give it.
You're create. So
them testes ain't gonna make theyself.
Nope, not from my estrogen. Not from my, And so I got dark. I'm talking about like shades darker. Like,
really?
Oh yeah, really dark. Ankles really big. Just fluid retention. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But my daughter, I was like floating on air.
Yeah.
My skin was glowing. My voice was there. It was just a total difference. So navigating through motherhood and singing background is a part of that obstacle. It's a part of me giving birth naturally. I tell any girl out there, if you're pregnant, have that baby, love that baby. If it's what you want.
How hard is it to just moving around and have kids at home and a husband? How hard is that?
It's different because now when I was going out on tour, I was going out and I didn't have anybody to think about when I left home. I mean, of course, my parents, my grandma, my brothers and sisters, but I didn't have any responsibility to anyone. And so now when I find myself and it's time to go on the road, I have an attitude, packing my bags because my children, they're my children. I have a 3-year-old and a 9-month-old. And then my husband, he's if you're going to be in this industry, you have to have a supportive partner. If you don't, you're not going to make it. And I am only as great and moving around and still operating in my greatness because I have a wonderful man behind me.
Do you think he ever dealt with like I'm not gonna say self-esteem, but just like maybe being intimidated because I mean you're probably around a lot of people with a lot of resources that might be higher on the maybe economic scale or just societal scale type thing. How does that play into the whole dealing with it?
I think that's exactly why I'm with him, because he knows his place in my life. He knows, he has enough confidence in what we have to not feel like a dude could come up to me with a whole bunch of money and be like, I can take care of you. You know, he knows, and we just have that history. I mean, we began in 04, broke up in 09. We were apart for 10 years. So now it's like we're doing this because we want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So we make it work. We make it happen. We do it with intention.
Hey, over that pandemic, man, people was hitting people up. They met in preschool, like just because it was already some morale built. Like, hey, man, let's try to work this thing out, man. From sippy cups to champagne glasses, man. That's tight, though. Yeah. That's tight. What's the biggest lesson that you learned from just working with Jennifer Hudson?
The biggest lesson I've learned is in order to be a queen, you have to first know how to serve. And if you know how to serve, then when it's your turn to be like the queen and everybody is serving you, I'm just one of those people where I think it's so important to take care of the people behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And don't give from a closed fist. Always have your hand open.
That's hard.
You know, because if you like this, you can't catch anything. You can't receive nothing. You ain't giving nothing, but you can't catch anything either. So it's almost like playing baseball, and it's like you can't catch the ball at all.
Yeah, with your hand closed.
Not with the football, not with the baseball, not with none of that. And so I'm learning, keep your hands open. When you get, you give. And the universe, God, is going to continue to give to you because you're tithing. And tithing ain't just at church. Tithing is taking care of God's people. That's opportunities. That's the person walking down the street that did give up. That's like, you know what? Fuck life. I can't do this shit no more. I'm going to drink and I'm going to be out here
smoking big crack. And
then say to you, can I get $1? I couldn't imagine having to be that low to say, I need $1. But then who are we to say no if we have it?
Yeah.
So, you know, learn how to serve. And then one day you'll be being served.
That's what's up. All right, let's see if I missed anything. Did we talk about your biggest accomplishment?
I don't think so.
What do you feel like your biggest accomplishment is?
Family.
Family.
I have a family.
Yeah.
That's success.
Yeah.
Children, that's success.
I've been thinking about having one. I don't know. I'm nervous.
You gotta think, you just said you're the only child. So when you leave this earth, you don't have a legacy. You don't have any lineage from you. How are you still living in this world if there's no living part of you on the earth anymore? I know that the son that I had, he's great. And he's going to be great. He's destined for greatness. Like, he wakes up in the morning and he's like, Kobe, like, basketball is his thing. Like, and when you can tell that in your children early on, that's when you sow the seed. Yeah. So I know right now, that's what he eats, sleeps, breathes. That's his thing. Yeah. So that's up to me to facilitate that for him. But I would definitely tell you, yes, go for it. Why not? What's the holdup?
It's two things for me, really. It's partner picking. I think I got a woman right now who is a good woman and could like raise a child, but it's like, I don't know, man. You risk a lot when you commit like that with a person. Cause I mean, you just hear horror stories. If you ever watch Maury, you second guess it, like, man, hold up, bruh. I don't know, bruh. But that's one of them. And then being financially ready to take care of a kid, because you don't want your kid to have the struggles that you had.
But you'll never be financially ready.
You think so?
I know so.
Oh, okay.
You'll never be financially ready. Like, those people who say, I'm ready to have a baby, are well off as well off can be. But I think anybody can tell you, like, I'm not as prepared as prepared. Sometimes you want to be so prepared that, yeah, I got this and I got that and I got this. I had my son before the pandemic in a 2-bedroom apartment. No, I was in a 1-bedroom apartment. You know, still traveling, not knowing how the hell I'm going to do it. And I got 2 now. And I make it happen. They ain't in Hillcrest Garden Apartments.
That's what's up, man.
That's already better.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm not gonna mention her name, but get that womb ready. We're wrecking wombs tonight. It's gonna be a baby brought into this world.
I'm just saying, like, that's success to me, generational wealth. Like me being in a position right now that, no, I'm not overly rich, but richness to me is not a complex as life. Life is so simple, it's hard.
Definitely. I heard somebody say the true testament of a man is not what he has, but what he can do without. And I think about that a lot, man.
If one thing I am, you put me on a plane and say the plane going down, I'm good. The person I am, I'm good. I'm gonna figure some shit out. I figures shit out.
What you gonna figure in a plane?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But like, I'm just that kind of person to where I look at that scale. I go straight into survival mode because I know what that is. You know, being out in LA and sleeping in my car, figure it out. You know, whatever it is, you figure it out. So don't look at it like that. Look at it as a good thing. That's going to be your seed. And that's going to be love that you'll never be able to explain.
Yeah.
When I look at my children, it's like, y'all depend on me for everything. So I got to step up. I got to do what I got to do. So my children live well. They eat well. You know?
It's crazy. You're like, you a solid that came from a liquid, man.
Man, what?
It's crazy out here, man. That's true science, man. All right, that was pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it. We're gonna go ahead and finish off these in my bag questions, and then we up out of here, man.
Yeah.
So let's finish it off. I'll just give you what I got left.
I know I'm not being politically correct.
You are.
You feel like I'm being politically correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's do the questions 1 through 10. I'm just gonna say the first thing that comes to my mind. I'm not gonna be politically correct.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Well, we already went through a bunch of them, so we just finished this out.
All right.
One gotta go. Nina Simone, Beyonce, or Anita Baker.
One gotta go.
I crafted this especially for you because I already know.
One has to go.
I figured this would be hard for you. One gotta go. Nina Simone, Beyonce, or Anita Baker.
Man.
So you get nothing that came from even the things that they link to, like you don't. If you like Chloe Bailey, if you erase Beyonce, you get no Chloe Bailey because that's how it kind of came to pass.
Okay. Okay, can I tell you? Beyonce.
Really?
Well, I'm saying that because if you get rid of Nina Simone, then you get rid of the movement that she's paved for women of color to even have.
Yeah. So you kind of wouldn't even get Beyonce.
You wouldn't get Beyonce. You got to keep Nina Simone because she's the one that went up into the room with a shotgun like, I want my money.
Hey, bro.
And I want it now. You see what I'm saying?
She like the female version of Good God, Miss Smiley.
Little Richard?
Little Richard. Yeah.
And then you got Anita Baker. She's just the architect of merging jazz and R&B and
Super distinct voice.
And integral, you know. And I think those two women birthed Beyonce. So we wouldn't say we get rid of Beyonce. She just doesn't exist yet.
I wonder what Anita Baker feel like in her throat. Because to make her voice, you got to do a certain. It's like you got to like. It's almost like she inhaling when she sings. Instead.
How does it start now?
With all my heart, I love you, baby.
All my heart, I love you, baby. Stay with me, and you will see my arms. I think. Well, first off, I just sang in 3 different keys. But what I'll tell you is, I feel like the beginning of it, she has this warmth. She has this warmth that just exists.
Her throat is interesting sounding.
Her vocal cords.
It just sounds like she got to do something like bend her throat.
With all my heart, I love you, baby. Stay with me, and you will see my arms.
Your tongue don't feel like it's in a position it ain't supposed to be in the back?
My tongue?
When you sing like her?
Will hold you, baby.
You got to kind of like fold your tongue in half.
A lot of it is the circle breathing. Stay with me. It's like creating.
Circle breathing. I ain't never heard of that. I want to know more.
Circle breathing is like through your nose, out through your. It's hard to explain without having to take a breath. But I'm a stickler for doing songs in their original key. My husband is a musician, so he's like, nope, that ain't the right key. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was like, I had to go do it in the real key.
Did it in 3 keys, man. Fuck that scale, bruh.
With all my heart, I love. Okay, yeah, no, that ain't it.
Baby.
Baby boy.
Okay, you kind of already answered studio or stage.
Stage.
Okay. All right.
I'm still working on the studio, but I'm gonna master that.
You about to get that, man. I think that's effortless. Once you get comfortable, it's gonna be hard to get you out of it.
Yeah.
Because all of the subconscious stuff just start falling out of you.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is finished. This is like finish the sentence. Missy Elliott proclaimed herself to be super duper what?
Fly.
Yeah.
And she is.
Yeah.
There's no greater.
You met Missy?
No. No, but I think that day, I've already said I don't need to do anything else after having my child. But to meet Missy Elliott would be like, I've seen her in concert. Just Missy, my son right now, he watches the Sock It To Me video. With her and Lil' Kim is the robot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Missy was hard, man. She still is. Like,
yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. I think I might have asked you everything.
Really? You ain't got no more?
What's the longest you ever held a fart? And why?
The longest I've held a fart. Why you gotta say fart like that? I've had a few different instances to where I've had to.
Money long, hours and hours?
Not hours and hours, but like I'm just not that person that wants to let it rip on the plane. So, you know, who knows what will happen if I go to sleep. But if I'm awake, I'm definitely going to try to hold that mug in.
You can hurt yourself by holding them in, you know that?
I know that. They said like gas travels at like 10 miles an hour.
I heard that if you hold in farts, it's absorbed into your bloodstream and make your breath stink.
What?
I heard this on the Science YouTube channel. On top of it can like make you sick and mess up your ability to like digest. You know how like you go to Rumpke and it's those pipes coming out the ground? Mm-hmm. It's letting gas out. That's why those pipes come up out the ground. Wow. So it's like that's pressurized gas that you just hold.
Yeah. And then you gotta think what it smells like when you let it out. So that's going back into that's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just let me know something. I probably should never do that ever again.
Never, man. I had a fart my whole school career. I made myself uncomfortable trying to make people around me comfortable.
Oh, now you just said a word though.
And that can also go for like dimming your light, not going your hardest, shining to your fullest potential. Stop being. Some people know that they so gifted that it's like, man, I can't do this around them because can't nobody else. It's messed up if I just shine on them like that. But you was made to shine on them like that.
And see, I went through that phase of trying to make people around me feel on my level. You know? But I just naturally went away and did more things. And so my level now, I don't say it in a boisterous way. It's just, for instance, if I go to Coachella, I'm not getting general admission tickets. I want the VIP experience because it's different. You go to Coachella, it's hot. That's for 20-year-olds. I'm 30. I'll be 35 next month. I don't want to be in no desert. I don't want to be hot. I want to be in the cabana, in the air. And it costs, you know?
Definitely costs.
So, you know, things have changed. And when you change, people get upset that you change. But change is good. Nobody stays the same person. You want to change. You want to get better. It's like looking at Jay-Z. He's changed. But he's changed for the better. His family good.
Definitely.
They're good.
His grandkids that he never gonna meet.
His grandkids.
Right.
And so that's why I said family is success.
Yeah.
Because when you leave this earth, you don't know how many children your son may have. But he ain't gonna be, you know, just like how you said you were the only child. You want to give your child something that he wasn't, or that you weren't.
Yeah.
You know, you give him a future.
I really like older women, like over like the age of 65. Hey man, but if you're a younger woman out here, man, you want to bear my child, just hit me up on YouTube at Type Shit Podcast. That's TYPESHIT PODCAST. I'm talking about, hit me up, man. You just convinced me. I'm about to Nick Cannon the world now.
Hey.
You know, money?
Nah, you need money to take care of kids.
Oh, okay.
You need money. It's just you'll make it happen.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Yep.
Hey man, I believe it now. I believe
Yep.
it. Can't already talk about this too, but we're gonna end with this. What's some advice that you can give, or the best advice that you ever received that you want to share?
Release what you think you want so that you may receive that of which you have to give.
Say it one more time.
Release what you think you want so that you may receive that of which you have to give.
That's cold. I kind of need to see that written down. I feel like to fully get it. One more time, say it.
Release what you think you want
Yeah.
so that you may receive that of which you have to give. So if you are releasing what you think, not what you want, but what you think you want, because so a man thinketh, so he is. So our thoughts sometimes can consume us and can make us think bad about ourselves or can make us whatever. So release what you think you want. I think I want a family. I think I want success. I think I want. So when you release that, now you're telling God, you're telling the universe or whomever that you pray to that this is what I want. So now all I can do is receive it because that's what I have to give.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's important to give kindness, important to give opportunities, important to give love, important to give understanding, important to give patience because we want those things back.
Mm-hmm.
So release what you think you want so that you may receive that of which you have to give.
I like that, man. I like that. And I just throw one out there too. This is one I heard. Don't believe everything you think. because you was talking about how your thoughts can consume you.
Yeah.
Overthinking. Don't believe everything you think, especially to an overthinker.
I'm an overthinker.
I think you need to be to a certain. You need to as a human, you always analyzing life to make sure that you don't get hurt or to stay safe. So sometimes that can make you like overthink.
Yeah. You know, we didn't talk about Upper Bound.
Yeah, I don't know if they really don't want to know all about Upper Bound.
That's cool.
It's more of a spotlight on you for what you do.
Yeah, but we gotta correlate the relationship, like where we met.
I met her in Upward Bound. Upward Bound with the program at UC. Well, it was a lot of places, but the one we went to was at the University of Cincinnati, where you would go to this program after school and in the summer, and it would give you you would take classes that would have you like a leg up for the coming year. So if you was in the 8th grade, you would take 9th grade classes. 9th grade, you take so on and so on. So we were in that program, and in the summers, we just used to clown. And yeah, man, it's always been cool, chill, always been talented, for sure.
He was definitely in the Upper Bound Talent Show at the end of the year. And see, he's playing it like, you cutting it off?
No, I just cut this up. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
He's playing it like he just so chill and so calm, but he's very talented. And I had to say this in the segment because it was a lot of craziness at Upper Bound, but Lamar was one of the most solid dudes. Just cool. Just not on no funny, not on no, you know what I mean? Like just a solid, good dude. And so him and I didn't really connect for real until like, I want to say maybe 10th grade, 11th grade for me. Because you graduated 04, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was 05. But the opportunity was that we got to stay and live like college students during the summer.
A lot of freedom, a lot of cafeteria food.
A lot of freedom, a lot of cafeteria food, a lot of those nights after, what is it? After you eat and what, we're just chilling in the lobby?
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Yeah. You know, before it's time to go to bed?
Yeah.
So, and I get sad for these kids because they'll never understand that anymore. Like those opportunities aren't available to them anymore. You know, but
so shout out to you if you was in the Upper Bound program,
yes.
Wherever in the world, man. But I hope you enjoyed everything today. She gave y'all a lot of game, a lot of insight, and I think you can learn a lot from it. Where can they reach you if they want to get in touch with you, or if they want to come here and get their whole body rid of hair?
Okay, well, first off, I ain't just ridding people of hair. First. Secondly, please just stay in contact with me on Instagram at Siobhan Station. That's SIOBHANS STATION. I always get flubbed through that. Siobhan Station, and then I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, same names. I usually post, what I'm doing, where I'm going. I just came back from San Diego yesterday. We had to sing with the San Diego Symphony. So yeah, you guys can catch me here.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man, that's it for today. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tune in, check out the other videos. There's some down at the bottom of the screen. And just take it in, man. It's a lot of good content on here. You can learn a lot. And I think that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah.
Another word of advice I like to always give at the end of the show is, man, this is real solid advice too, man.
Okay.
Make sure it's a fart first. We out of here, man. Type Shit Podcast. Now, come on. Yeah!
I'm never going to hold one in ever again.
Don't hold it in, man. Don't hurt yourself. You're going to implode.
Oh. But I will step outside. It's just a ladylike thing to do. You can't just be talking to somebody and be like,
Sometimes I fart outside and still smell it. I'll be like, what? You ever wanted to run away from yourself?
Listen, I don't even... That's why I don't eat White Castles anymore.
Hey, bruh. If you ever ate White Castle sober, you a monster. You deserve to be locked up, man. I ain't never had White Castle sober.
I is me. I is me.
I ain't never had it sober, man. Hey, man, you gotta be drunk to even be like, you know what, I want some White Castle.
I love White Castle.
And she said she ate it during the day. That's another thing. You wasn't drunk and it was daytime?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I'll go stop at White Castles, and that's just been my thing. White Castles is good, but it's so bad for you.
It definitely is.
I mean, I don't know what's in that.
It make your stomach feel like it's coated with something. And then the burps after that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it, man. Well, we out of here, man. Check us out. Stay tuned.
Yep.
I'm talking about. We out.